Hello, my wonderful people, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind. I welcome you all, my fellow Christians, brothers and sisters, wherever you are at this point in time. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and happy Sunday to you all. I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk from my own corner, bringing to us this very broadcast of Sunday. The January is gradually moving to the right direction. And I will never still stop thanking all my fans out there, my subscribers, those ones who lost what I'm doing, those ones who is criticizing me, and those ones who also discouraging me. In all the same, I pray for you all. May the Almighty God bless you, bless the works of your hand, encourage you in all ramifications of life. We are going into this very news today concerning the International Criminal Court. What they are saying, and the Amnesty, they are worried about the human rights violation against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by Nigerian government and others under Buhari government, against the killings and the incident maiming of Biafran people and the rest of them. We are going to look into it and know what the Amnesty International and the International Criminal Court are saying concerning this very government. Whether they are about to take action concerning what the genocide and the homicide they are committing in the Biafra land, we don't know. But not until I see what my writers brought before me this very Sunday morning. If this is your first time of hearing my voice and you have not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that. My promise to you is that I'll be giving you right news from the right direction and from the right point. Subscription is free. Just hit it. It won't cost you anything to subscribe, and it won't cost you anything to turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time there's anything new on this channel or any other channel related to Okute Daily Talk. Please, I am begging you, because without you, there's nothing like Okute Daily Talk. Endeavor to subscribe. Even if you are hearing my voice and you have not subscribed, do that as soon as possible. Without not taking much of our time, I know many of us are in the church right now, so as you are praying, make sure you also put our elder, our able leader, and the indefeatable lion of Igbo land, which is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Hamadike one of Igbo land. Always put him in your prayers, that no any health challenges or whatsoever that will bring him down as long as this struggle is concerned. He will be alive, and God is a Biafra for us when the time is right. That is our prayers, and it should be also your prayer point while you are in the church. International Criminal Court and Amnesty International worried by human rights violation by Nigerian government and Nigerian army under this current administration, which is Muhammadu Buhari's administration. Fresh facts have emerged on how human rights violations have continued to thrive under President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, despite concerns raised by stakeholders and also concerns raised by Human Rights Working Committee on arbitration and other sectors, which they have already warned President Muhammadu Buhari, not once, not twice, set the people who have been in captivity for nothing set free. Yet the old man refused to heed to their warnings. I don't know where this country is heading to. I don't know how and where we are going to be in the next coming years or decades, because the kind of human rights violation we are having in Nigeria is nothing to write home about. I must be sincere with you. Even I myself, I don't even understand it. Using security operatives, as the Buhari-led government is also known for harassing, assaulting, and intimidating journalists, human rights activists, protesters, and critics of the government. Just like Aisha Buhari, he jailed one boy simply because the boy told her that she is growing fat, eating poor people's money, and she got angry. And I asked, which money are you eating? Is it not Nigerian money? It's Nigerian money. Are you working for any salary? The answer is no. Are you going to shop every morning What are you selling in your shop? The answer is no. So I still don't understand why she will get angry. Now the current news is she have tell police to arrest 3 people again that criticizes her. That is the kind of country we are into. And we claim that we are practicing a democracy whereby democracy have nothing to do with Nigerian government or style of ruling. I weep for the poor. The government have also shown hostility to Nigerian judges and indifference to court judgments and orders, thereby seriously undermining their standings and authority and the notion of access to justice in this country called Nigeria. This administration simply ignores court judgments and orders Buhari and others. Buhari has literally normalized disobedience to court orders and state-sanctioned brutality against peaceful protesters. This administration also continues to violate human rights with impunity at any time, saying nobody will do them anything, including their police. It's only in Nigeria that we make police at checkpoints. Police who have vowed to protect lives and property. They will tell you they will kill you for nothing and nobody will do anything, and they will do it. Tomorrow you will hear that, that officer is under investigation, they have put him behind bars. Next tomorrow you will never hear anything about that case again. Wait for another 2 months, you will find that officer at a different direction, maiming and also shooting people at gunpoint. That is the people, the animals we are dealing with in this country. Source in the city of the concerns raised by stakeholders confided in this medium that the Nigerian military and police are culpable in this regard, especially in the prosecution of the war against insurgents and other separationist agitations in the country. In its 2020 report, Amnesty International noted that under the Buhari administration, Nigerian security forces committed grave human rights violations, including torture and other ill treatment and the use of excessive force, which resulted on some occasions in unlawful killings in the country. Also stated that Nigerian authorities repress human rights, including freedom of expression, peaceful assembly, and freedom of movement. The report highlighted the brutal crackdown on the pro-Biafran group, the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and Yoruba self-determination groups. Nigeria is the country that tell you they practice democracy, where you say you have freedom of speech. But the president will go to the podium on the national TV and tell you that you have freedom of speech, but freedom after speech is what they cannot guarantee. Tell me what can be more than that? What can be worse than that? That you have freedom of speech, but after you speak, the speech finish, that what follows it is what they cannot guarantee. Then tell me what kind of democracy are we practicing in Nigeria? The democracy by the people, with the same people, and by the people that is oppressing the poor. That is what we are practicing in Nigeria. The Lekki Tollgate massacre of October 2020 was another instance whereby Nigerian soldiers were unleashed on defenseless citizens with deadly effects. According to the source, who spoke on a condition of anonymity due to the sensitivity of issue, human rights organizations such as Amnesty International has expressed concern to the International Criminal Court for non-action in the case of Nigeria despite glaring evidence of human rights violation by the Nigerian army. How can they do anything? All of them have been bribed. That is what we are saying. Before, I used to think that it's only blacks that are taking all this bribe, that's corruption and whatever. But of recent, I get to understand that the corruption in within the European Union, of those people who call themselves white, why their heart is black, is even higher than that of a black. Because black will do their own and you will see it. But these people, they can even kill a complete nation simply because of their own interest. That is why they have never in any way intervened in what is happening in Nigeria. Despite the homicide and genocide that is being committed in different parts of the country by this government. The International Human Rights Committee the Amnesty International, and the rest of them. No one is saying anything. All of them have been bribed with our crude oil, and they keep silent. We are watching. And those people, and you think that your country will be good, it can never be good. And your children will keep on. That is how they keep dying. And you think that that is maybe it's nature. It is not nature. It is what the atrocity you people are committing on other countries. That is what is coming back to haunt your children. Your children will keep on saying, oh, they are doing discovery. They keep dying like fowls in the parts of Asia and the other countries where they are just going up and down like yes, like sheep that don't have a shepherd, that they keep dying. That is the atrocities, and what people are doing to African countries. That is what's causing all this. It's only in a white country, in all these European countries, that you find out that a child will wake up now and tell you that I don't want to live with my parents again. I want to be on my own. From the age of 15, that is how she will be touring the whole country, carrying all about, and that is how, at the end of the day, she will just die like a fowl. And you tell me that, oh, that is what you have chosen. Not what I have chosen. It's a cause. So the earlier you people address the issue happening in Nigeria, so that your own children will be good for you, it's the better. Rubbish. Amnesty International has expressed disappointment that the International Criminal Court, yes, had not acted to bring perpetrators of human rights violations to book in Nigeria. They cannot, they dare not. After all, Nigeria borrows to give them bribe. The Nigerian military has been notorious. As we speak, the ICC is in the receipt of countless human rights infractions committed in northeast Nigeria and other parts of the country. Say something, they will not say anything. We know that the authorities in Nigeria have been shading some persons that aided human rights violations in various capacities. Some of these persons were appointed to cover their atrocities while in office. This is a worrisome trend and an indictment on the Muhammadu Buhari's administration as complicit in the whole episode. Another source stated that had the ICC acted, these individuals should be facing charges for crimes against humanity. The Nigerian Army topped the list of violators in the northeast Nigerian alone. Several innocent people were killed arbitrarily under cover of fighting Boko Haram insurgents. The same happened in the southeast, where hundreds of innocent people were killed without evidence linking them to any wrongdoing under this administration. The Nigerian Army, being at the forefront of the campaign, indeed committed several ignoble acts in the northeast, southeast, and northwest. They killed and buried people in mass graves. It was such a gory episode that reduced the value of human life in Nigeria. The source further added that the Nigerian authorities seem to be nonchalant in addressing these human rights violations, and the state saw them as acting in the country's best interest. How could one explain where the government that is supposed to protect the people is using brute force to suppress the people? Hundreds have been killed and buried, and their families have been left in limbo. The perpetrators of these crimes have been celebrated. This is an abnormal. The government is unconcerned about its human rights rating globally and has continued to frustrate the efforts of the ICC in bringing these violations to justice. The past 7 years in Nigeria have been hellish for some families whose breadwinners and patriarchs have vanished without any trace. This is the starkness of the reality on ground in Nigeria. There are also feelers that prosecutors at the ICC are worried about the non-cooperation it has received from the Nigerian government in prosecuting persons culpable in crimes against humanity. A source privy on the reservation expressed by the prosecutors at the ICC stated that the court is planning a new strategy to ensure that those culpable are brought to justice. The emphasis is now on the new government, where such persons might likely not enjoy government immunity at the end of this administration. analysts believe that such a posture by the administration has made the government very unpopular globally and unable to get any international support anywhere, he told Sahara reporters. I can tell you that the ICC is not relenting. Efforts are well underway to get these culprits to book. It is envisaged that the new government in Nigeria might be cooperative with the ICC in a bid to get credibility in the international community. We might see some high-profile persons within the military face charges for crimes against humanity soon. The new government might not want to carry the baggage of the Muhammadu Buhari administration. This is general thinking, but again, our fingers are crossed. You get the point? In a similar vein, a source in the military stated that upon the expiration of Buhari's administration, the diplomatic immunity enjoyed by some former service chiefs would elapse, thereby paving the way for the unhindered prosecution of those under whose command these violations were committed. This administration indeed shaded some powerful persons, even though it seemed like a masterstroke by granting them diplomatic immunity. I am not sure the immunity will continue at the end of this administration. People must be held accountable for their actions while in office. They must have acted based on the spurious orders, but again, the deed has been done, and the onus lies on them to defend their actions instead of hiding under cover of diplomatic immunity. Recently, an international news agency, Reuters, accused the Nigerian army of killing children in its war against Islamist insurgents in the country's northwest, and that is truth and nothing but the truth. The report based its findings on more than 40 soldiers and civilians who said they witnessed the military kill children or saw children corpses after a military operations. These sources included both parents and other civilian witnesses, as well as soldiers who said they participated in the dozens of military operations in which children were slaughtered like fowls. Together, their estimate added up to thousands of children killed. The organization earlier reported how the army ran an abortion program in the northeast that terminated the pregnancies of thousands of women and girls, many of whom had been captured and raped by the insurgents. Forced abortion, too many amount to war crimes and crimes against humanity, said O'Brien, Hell, and two other legal experts. On December 9, United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres called on Nigerian authorities to investigate the findings in the Reuters abortion report. Recently, Nigerian soldiers have invaded communities in the southeast part of the country, killing residents and burning houses without any crime being committed. They just perpetrated it simply because of hatred, simply because of what their principals have told them and the directive that have been given to them to wipe out an entire community for no reason. We are waiting and we are seeing what is happening. I will be a betrayer if I abandon struggle for Yoruba nation. Professor Akintoye speaks on taking back leadership role. The chairman of the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, also known as Ela Omo Odua Worldwide, Professor Banji Akintoye has said he would be a betrayer if he left the struggle for the Yoruba nation. The Yoruba nation agitator, while reacting to the rejection of his resignation as leader of Elana Omo Odua, said he earlier only quit the group but did not abandon the struggle to birth the Yoruba nation out of the current wobbly structure of Nigeria. Okute News learned that Akintoye told Tribune that after pleas from various quarters, he has accepted to continue to lead the body. This is the national chairman of the group. Wale Adenira announced his immediate resignation as a member of the group following allegations of fraud and embezzlement. Okute News and Nigeria News report that Adenira announced his resignation In a 2 minute 33 seconds video on YouTube, Omo Boriowo Media on Saturday, he said, I want to use this medium to step aside as chairman of Ilana Omo Odua Worldwide. As member of Ilana Omo Odua Worldwide, I step down as the participant in the Yoruba Nation struggle so as to allow for unfettered investigations of all these allegations against him. Because in all developed parts of the world, what they normally do is that if there is an allegation against a public office holder, he or she will step aside to allow thorough investigations. That is what I'm doing right now. Tell that to the Nigerian, tell that to the governors, the senators, even the CBN governors and rest of them to step down. Man, who cares to step down? Instead, they will prefer to die on that seat. I thank you all, and whatever comes out after the investigation should be made public. There shouldn't be a secret there. They should publicize the outcome of the investigation because all Yoruba must know the truth about the fraud allegations involving the struggle. Thank you. However, this platform learned that Akintoye, while speaking about the leadership of the group, said, I did not exit the struggle for Yoruba self-determination. I only exited the platform Ilana Omo Odua. It will be a betrayal of the Yoruba nation for me if I abandon this very struggle, according to Prof. Akintoye. They have been sending various delegations to me. In fact, some came to me yesterday, Friday, saying they reject my resignation from the group. I told them I need the next day to think about their appeal. But now that you have called me, my answer really is that it should be obvious. My response is okay. I accept to lead the group again, but please, they must help me so we can restore order and unity to our organization because the organization has been very useful in the struggle for Yoruba self-determinations. So I am glad to accept their invitation back, but I urge them to help me so we can restore unity, harmony, and strength to our organization. Nigeria News and in collaboration with Okute News record that Akintoye resigned as leader of the body on December 5th, 2022 to give way to the emergence of Wale Adenirian as chairman of the group. We have one, but not that the last but not the least, on our hand here, so we need to move on to have it read so that we can conclude this broadcast as we move to the next broadcast, because I have a lot of news here for my people today, Sunday. Again, Kwankwaso attacks Obasanjo and Edwin Clark for endorsing P2B. Tantrums every now and then. That is the Nigeria that we are vying for. Presidential candidate of a new Nigerian People's Party, NNPP, Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has described the endorsement of Labour Party presidential candidate P2B by prominent Nigerians as inconsequential. Okute News report that former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Benue State Governor Samuel Ortom, and prominent South leader Chief Edwin Clark have recently endorsed the presidential ambition of the Labour Party presidential candidate. Speaking during a chat with newsmen in Asaba after his campaign rally in Delta State, the former Minister of Defense claimed that endorsing a candidate no longer carries weight. The former governor of Kano State said the outcome of next month's presidential election would shock prominent Nigerians busy endorsing their preferred candidates. While stating that he has the solution to promise rocking Nigeria, Kwankwaso noted that P2B's endorsement means absolutely nothing to him or any other one, according to you. He stated that Obasanjo, Ortom, Clark, and other individuals that have endorsed the former Anambra State governor are completely out of touch with the reality on ground. Kwankwaso said, you see people who are really out of touch with the reality on ground. The young men and women of today are looking for the way out. They have more facts than anybody who is endorsing. I am happy to say that I am being endorsed by the masses of this country, and these are the people who are at the grassroots level. And that is why every day we are on the road, seeing the people, talking to them, and doing all manner of things simply because you are looking for their vote, not because you want to do something for the country. We know you, and we have heard your voice notes, what you are going to do to the Igbos or to the Biafrans if you be elected as president. That is the mistake. They are even still crying today that they made mistake of taking Buhari instead of you in 2015. We know all these things, and we know how wicked you are. So just do your campaign, go back to your home and pray. If you just sit and say you endorse somebody, it does not work that way. We have passed that level. It is something that belongs in the past. Now we have new faces, young men and women who don't understand or know many people in this country. What they know is that we are in difficulty. They are looking for solution or a way out of the situation. Many of our people across the country are now conversant with the candidates, and you cannot sit anywhere and endorse anybody. It is null and void as far as I am concerned. Because they don't endorse you. That is why now it has become a crime. But you people have been going from one Chatham House or from one Arewa Consultative Forum House or the other looking for endorsement. Now they have chosen to endorse somebody else instead of you. That is what bringing all this brouhaha or shenanigans. Many people, including the endorsers, are out for a shock in 2023 election. Many people will be surprised. Many of these people are people in the air who don't even know what is happening on the ground. Niger News, in collaboration with Okute, understand that this is not the first time the NNPP presidential candidate is taking a swipe at Obasanjo and Clark for endorsing Obi. Speaking on Newsmen on Wednesday, January 4th and 5th, 2023, after a meeting with the Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State, Kwankwaso said, "It is wrong for any person who is considered a statesman to go about endorsing candidates. Tell me the crime, just one crime that he has committed because he endorses candidates. But in the past, they have been calling him a hero for endorsing people. Now, he endorsed somebody who is not a Fulani. It has been a very big crime now in this country. Nigeria, which way forward? All this on ethnicity and shenanigans of what do they call it? Of ethnic bigotry and tribal sentiments. It will not help this country. Instead, the country keep dying. And separate the country. Let everybody go on his way. You people refused. I don't even know what is wrong with all these people that they call themselves our leaders in this country. He insisted that these endorsements were based on religious and ethnic sentiment. Have you seen it? And have no effect on the electorate. When he endorsed the Yaradua, it is not a religious and ethnic sentiment. He endorsed the Buhari 2015. It is not religious and ethnic sentiment. Now he endorsed P2B. It's now ethnic. You people are just bringing out your true color just through this endorsement. You are just picking your mind to let people know that the wickedness that is running on your blood is something that no one can quantify. Guy. Wow. He said, okay, who according to him are a lot wiser now. I want to advise our leaders, they should stop disgracing themselves. We have so much respect for them. If you say you don't like me, no problem. Some of the people supporting and endorsing Mr. A or Mr. B, I think it is a big mistake. These are leaders I respect. There is a time in your life when you become a real statesman, not a politician. I can tell you also that any candidate or party that comes out with the face of ethnicity or the issue of religion, that party, that candidate, I can assure you, has failed that election before it starts, he said. Okay, he has said. Have you heard it? He just gradually telling you how wicked his heart is and how dubious these people can be simply because the endorsement does not favor them. Now it have turned to become a crime before them or crime against humanity. What is wrong with all these failed Fulani leaders that we have in this country? That is what I keep asking myself. Well, whichever way it is, we are not going to do what? We are not going to give up. We have said it before and we are still continue saying it, that 2023 they are in for a bigger surprise. and everybody must surely be ready for it. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please endeavor to do that as soon as possible, because we are ending this broadcast now to begin another one in a few minutes. So this one now, we are going to end it here. Make sure you turn on the notification button and share this video, let it go viral, so that other ones will also be part of this broadcast. Until I come your way again, I still remain your one and only Okute Daily Talk, bringing to you this very broadcast of this day. Have a nice day, and may the Almighty Chukwuka bless you, or bless us, the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. I bless you all, and I welcome you all to this Sunday, which is the first day of this the first day of this week. Bye for now. I'm going to